and welcome back to Nat One. It's Wild Beyond the Witchlight. The party are currently sitting within Scabatha Nightshade's parlour in a meeting room with her. This chamber, which is nestled between walls of twisted roots. Through gaps you can see the eerily beautiful woodland surrounding you. And you're in these 4 armchairs, which feel uncomfortably live, twisting and moving underneath you with tension and potential energy. And she's just come into the room. She has this strange layering of petticoats on and a huge sort of like hood, sort of like a bonnet around her head. Her face is like, looks to be sort of like carved wood, with its deep grooves in it that represent wrinkles, and she has this single marble-esque eye, which is perfectly spherical, perfectly white, with just a single black dot which stares right at you as she's setting up a little tea set. As she's tinkering with the tea set that was already on the table, this tea set that's very small, childlike and toy-like. As a sort of like previous to like how we got here, basically the party last session met. Well, they defeated Zarek, met Will of the Feywild, and Will had this grand plan to go to Scabatha's and save the remaining kids. Now he couldn't pull this off properly without a bit more distractions than usual. His getaway gang have gone up to the garden area to hide, to scare the scarecrows, to make a distraction or a diversion, while Will plans to go in and get the kids. But first, this party had to get an audience with Scabatha to take her attention away for just enough time to stall her. The way that they've decided to do that is Aerith and Flopsy are posing as cupcake salespeople. Something which Scabatha Nightshade, when she sits down and with her long fingers clasps the handle of this tiny cup and raises it to her mouth, a wooden sort of scraggly teeth inside of her mouth, just touching the edge of the cup with a clink as she brings it to her mouth and takes a sip.
So, you're in the business of cupcakes, I see.
Yes, that is right. How are you today, by the way?
Oh, I'm simply marvellous. My potions are coming along rather well, and
as you can see, she sort of like proudly looks down to a belt around her that she has several strange coloured potions around her belt. Potions of which you've never seen before. Like there's like one that's like sort of gold nectar liquid with something floating in it, like little black dots. There's one that's like sort of purple and blue, like a typhoon-looking tornado swirling around. Just loads of... One just looks like it's a ball of grass. And just other random different effects inside these glass potion bottles around her. She looks very proud of herself at that. And along her belt as well, you see a circle of 3 iron keys. She keeps her elbows tucked close to her at all times, even when reaching out to pop a little like square of sugar into a cup of tea. She leans forward with her entire back, like her entire body. She never stretches her arms, she always leans like a little T-Rex, reaching for things.
So, what is your bargain?
Aerith swallows. Well, me and my husband here, she gestures over to Flopsy, have been in the venture of making cupcakes, and we heard that you had a wonderful business working with children.
Oh, yes.
then I can guarantee you that these children will never taste anything like these cupcakes. And wouldn't it be grand if you could give them that sweet taste just one time and then take it away from them?
Just how enticing are these cupcakes?
Well, allow me, Aerith. Scabatha, may I be frank with you? I've spent quite a long while of my life perfecting the art of making cupcakes. I have made what some have said is the greatest cupcakes they've ever tasted. It was a driving passion of mine to see the smiles on the little ones' faces while they tucked in. And I've done it for so long now that it got quite boring, really. And now, I've decided to take pleasure in a new way of looking at things. Do you enjoy the emptiness, the anguish that you can create in others?
I'm listening. I wasn't when you said about the joy. A bit indulgent for me.
I've had my indulgence in my life, and now I seek to find fulfillment in the unfulfillment of others. It's quite a marvelous shift I've made. And the beauty of it all is I spent my entire life perfecting the exact recipe that would make it perfect. I'm going to present a cupcake on the table. This here is the greatest cupcake that you will ever taste. The icing is superb, silky, and what's fantastic about it is, once you've had it, you won't be able to have it again. Think of the torment that you can cause onto somebody right now, and just imagine how much worse it would be if they were given everything they ever wanted beforehand, and then had it taken away. Think of how every single sad thing that you could make somebody feel would be so much worse after they've had something incredible.
Roll me a persuasion check. Her darty white eye locks onto the cupcake in the centre of the table. Her other sort of like more hollow eye is regarding you and nodding and listening, but the white eye is pointing at the cupcake. She's nodding along, and she says,
Well, how about we get to know each other a bit first? It seems distasteful to get right down to it.
She sips her tea.
Tell me about yourself, Frank.
Well, I was born not too far from here, in thither. Small community. I was raised to see the joy in things, and that brought me fulfillment for a while. But it's all just a little bit too
unrealistic.
Saturday, yes. It's too... Say if you put too much frosting on a cupcake, if you've made the sponge very light and airy, the weight of the icing could just collapse it in on itself. And that seems to be what all of the happiness, the dancing and singing, all the frivolity was doing to me for so long. And now, as I met my lovely wife, and we have taken on a new cause, I feel much more free from the burden of smiling. And yourself? How did you come about this residence?
It simply made itself known to me, and
she looks around at the garishly grandma-ish decorations around.
I made it my own, I suppose.
Her eye still remains fixed on the cupcake as she switches her other eye over to Aerith.
And your wife?
She grimaces at the thought of wife.
Yes. When I was younger, I was also born thither. I don't know who my parents are, in fact, I think. Well, to be quite frank, I was created. I was clockwork. Cold.
I can appreciate that.
Yes.
Parents.
Oh.
Who needs those? I bet they would have treated you terribly. So you're lucky.
Unfortunately, I was granted feelings. But I've shunned those aside. In fact, the reason I married Frank over here is because of his views on life, how free he feels, his unfeeling for emotion. And we put that into our work.
Her eye flicks away from Aerith and onto Archie, and while her focus is on Archie and Holland next, Aerith and Flopsy make deception checks.
And you? Are you in the business?
She says to Archie.
Of spreading dismay?
Well, let's just say I've always got my nose in other people's businesses.
Not mine, I hope.
Oh, of course not. I mean, your nose is so big, how could I fit my nose in?
She blushes at that.
I'll just blow with his hack.
What is your role in this arrangement, may I ask?
My role in this arrangement? Well, sometimes... well, you know how you make cupcakes, right? Yeah. You gotta get all the raw ingredients, like the eggs and the...
Oh, it's just like alchemy.
Exactly. But what happens if the chicken doesn't want to give you its egg? You gotta give it a punch for good luck. Or something.
Her eye finally regards you for a little, like giving you an up and down. And then it flicks over to Holland. Roll a deception, Archie.
And finally, you.
I suppose I mean sorry, I don't usually come to these things. I don't really care about cupcakes. I'm a hard worker, and that's all that matters to me, really, is putting in the effort. I don't really care about cakes, to be quite frank.
Are you the muscle?
She says, regarding the mace on your back.
Yeah, I am. I help cart all the cupcakes around and make sure the product is okay and untouched by common thieves. But that's what it's all about. Blood, sweat, and tears.
May I examine your torturous instrument.
Sure, which would you like to see? He pulls out both the mace and bonk stick too, which isn't actually a stick, it's an axe.
The cold white marble eye, which has been almost shivering on the cupcake, as soon as you pull the mace out into full view, it snaps to it.
Oh, the mace, please.
Oh. Put it on the table.
She reaches out and picks it up. It's a bit heavy for her. She sort of like lifts it with her right arm and slaps it down into her left and looks at it with both of her eyes. Roll a deception check, Holland.
Okay, I have advantage, so I've got the Snapdragon Flower.
Hey.
17.
Okay. You see her take what looks to be a sort of pinch of a peppermint leaf out of one of the pouches in her petticoat. She like rubs it between her fingers and gives it a sniff while holding the mace. But the eye remains fixed on the mace in her hand. She's holding it like you'd hold a baby, like cradling its head. And her eye starts to shiver a little more. And she looks up at you. And she says,
What an interesting trinket. It seems to have a lot of history to it.
I can't say I would know. I only came into my hands for, well, a while ago. Recently.
roll deception with disadvantage. Meaning a straight.
Interesting.
She hands you the mace back.
So,
she looks around you all and you feel that this is click, 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 starts to slow down in her back. Click, click, click. She slumps back in her chair. She almost looks a bit annoyed, or like put out, or like she's been faintly offended. She looks expectantly at you all.
Archie stands up and very hesitantly, but in order to maintain the lie, twists her gear like you would on a little toy soldier that walks around or something. This is, I presume, what she's expecting me to do.
As soon as you stand to approach her, she darts to, as though to recoil.
excuse me, do you presume that you could put your hands on me?
Oh, I thought you needed winding up. Like I'd ever want to touch you.
Unfortunately, this is just part of my body.
Oh, right, I see. Well, I'll just sit down then. She sits back down.
Oh, I'm rather depressed now. Entertain me.
How do you suggest we do that?
She sighs as if to be disappointed in that response. The key is ticking so slowly in her back.
Well, I suppose, I could cheer you up by saying, how horrible of a person you are. I mean, you're wretched and vile. There's not a single person who'd want to be in a room with you.
Now, where have you heard that?
What?
Where have you heard such a thing?
Well, everyone's been saying it. They're all talking about how wretched you are.
Who, precisely?
Who precisely? Well, Bavlorna.
She laughs.
Of course she has. She can't keep her fat mouth shut. So you've met with her, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I suppose.
Did she have anything else to say?
Well...
Plotting something against me, was she? Oh! So that's why you're here. I get it now. I've been robbed once this day. Well, whether it's been this day, I can't remember. I've been robbed recently, and now it's going to happen again. I'm not an idiot.
Go on, Flopsy.
Scabatha, I assure you that Bavlorna wasn't saying anything that we could have the patience to listen to.
That's why we came to tell you about it. Because we wanted you to know how that dumb, stupid, wretched creature, what she's been saying about you, so that you could make the first move, you know?
If you wanted entertainment as well, Archie, as the muscle of the group, you were carrying about the things that we stole, weren't you, from Bavlorna?
Oh yeah, Hey, take a look at this. These are authentic, genuine. Let me just double check that I've actually got them in my inventory. I might have given them away. These are all a bunch of unopened love letters, which aren't written to Bavlorna, but they're written to other people, but they're from people who Bavlorna's had dealings with. I bet she'd be so peeved if she didn't have these.
She looks at them and she just laughs at you.
I don't imagine Bavlorna caring so much about this.
Yeah, but, I mean, you think we're on her side? How can we be if we've got these? She wouldn't give them away, would she?
Well, these could be from anyone. They are named to others. I mean, they do smell faintly of Bavlorna, but... She thinks she's so clever.
She's like considering something to herself.
So, these bad things. Any details?
What, the bad things she's been saying about you? Or...
Well, the bad things that everyone's been saying about me, apparently.
Oh yeah, they've been saying that, you know, you've always got your nose in other people's business, like me, and that you're easy to get wound up over nothing.
I couldn't give a boggle's arse about other people's business.
I do hear, upon the wind, that you do have a distaste for petulant little children, which quite intrigued me.
Yes.
Which I know you're trying to ascertain why we're here, and I promise you that's it.
Children. Horrible, nasty things. Yes. They need to be taught how to be useful. And besides, I disagree. Bad things? Children are better working with me. Instead of picking up lots of bad habits.
Like smoking.
When you say working for you, what do you have them do exactly?
Well, I said working with me, but they make toys and help me with the gardening. I don't let them touch the brew, of course.
I must ask, the children don't get to play with the toys, do they?
Play? Why ever would I let them play?
Oh, thank goodness for that. I was just wondering why you have them making toys. Who are they for? I would hate for the children to be making toys that find their way into the hands of other children.
Why make toys? Well, it is a lucrative business. Are you not from round here? You said you were born here, right?
Well, yes, I said I was born not far from here, and that is true. I have been travelling around in my time.
Oh, Scabatha, my friend here just doesn't have much of a business mind. He doesn't get that toys are trinkets.
Oh. The proprietor of a business not having much of a business mind. She looks at you all. It's all seeming to fall apart, isn't it?
Well, it's like they say, cherchez la femme, look for the woman, and a nod over to Aerith, and she does most of the work.
As I say, I am more in it for my emotional fulfillment. Or disfulfillment, as it may be.
Well, if I am to make a deal with you, as business people, I want it to be worth my while. And what can you do that I already can't? And she's going to put her hands in like a sort of like Kamehameha sort of ball creating space in front of her, and within it is going to craft this perfect identical replica of the cupcake that's on the table that she's been staring at for so long. It like hovers in a 3D space around, sort of like twisting and turning within her hands, and she pushes forwards with her palms and it floats through the air and hovers above the cupcake that Flopsy has made, and it stays there with a sort of strange glow to it. Holland in particular, roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Okie dokie. No wise guy, you know.
Holland, when you see this cupcake, it is what a cupcake should be compared to the cupcakes you've seen. This is the holy grail of cupcakes, and not only that, you are completely what's the word? You are overrun with an insatiable need to eat this particular cupcake.
Oh dear.
This is the one. It's not just because it's, yay, cupcakes, you like them. You are forcibly wanting to eat this.
If Holland reaches out for it, Flopsy will try and grab it first.
Can I, like... do I still have control of my faculties?
You have you have control of your faculties, but you are literally like entranced by this cupcake.
Okay. Then I can ask, may I have a taste of yours?
Not yet.
She's hovering it above you and remains there.
Not yet. What needs to come first?
You will have it in due time.
You believe this. You know you will. Because that's the holy grail of cupcakes. That's the most important thing that you will ever experience on your taste buds.
I stay looking at it.
Can I make, like, can I try to detect what the motive behind this is? Can I see if they're actually intending to let Holland eat this cupcake?
No, you don't have to roll for that. You can literally just tell that she's hovering it above him, like a carrot unto a donkey. You know, like it's an anglerfish light above his head. It's enticing him.
What exactly is the point of this? Exactly.
Well, as you can see, I can create cupcakes anyway. And not only that, I can make them extra, delicious, I suppose. So my question to you is, what do you bring to this? What's special about yours that I can't already do?
Well, it's not about that you can't do it, it's that you don't have to. I mean, why don't you just make the toys yourself? Because it's easier to just get someone else to do it. It's quite a lucrative business. What, reaping the benefits of other people's labor?
Chucklehead told me you'd already been to the candy stalls. And you sampled some of the effects of my sweet things. What I'm asking is, how is your cupcake, and her eye flicks over at Flopsy very hard, different to mine?
Well, not to insult you in your own home, but I can confidently say that mine is better. I mean, I wouldn't be able to describe it in words as much. You would have to try for yourself. The proof, as they say, is in the pudding.
She looks at it again. And, she says,
"Oh, Chucklehead!"
And he comes in. Hello, you're miss? She's like,
"I've got a very important requirement. Eat that."
She points to the cupcake on the table. Yeah, alright, if that's what you need me to do. He's gonna lean his hand out, grab the cupcake, give it a sniff, listen to it. And he's going to unwrap it and puts it in his mouth and chews it. Flopsy?
I cast Phantasmal Force on him.
And
he needs to roll an intelligence save.
DC 13.
6.
And he fails. After he eats the cupcake and it slides down his throat, it's the best tasting cupcake that he's ever had. Non-debatable. And he kind of has a satisfaction overtake him. Goes through all of his limbs as he's really happy with what he's just had. And then the lights start to flicker and dim around him. And the 5 of us at the table turn to him with a kind of look of concern, but also with our teeth starting to bare, as the room seems to close in around him as the darkness kind of fills the room, and our faces kind of lurch towards him with toothy maws.
His like head turns on a swivel as he looks around at all of you, and he starts like backing away, looking at the lights as they flicker, and obviously they don't. Am I supposed to be seeing this? Scabatha's leaning forward with a finger on her chin, just watching him very, very intently. Her eye is still fixed on Flopsy. Her normal eyes are sort of like flicking between Chucklehead and Holland, as she watches him start to freak out, and she goes,
Interesting. He's not turning into anything, and it seems he's having a nightmare of his own. Oh, that is rather interesting, in fact.
In the illusion, Flopsy's going to stand up, walk towards Knucklehead. His eye's going to kind of fall out as he walks up to him, and he's just going to say, I suggest you start running now.
May I be excused? Scabatha just like waves a hand up.
He's going to lurch at him. In the illusion.
Yeah. Ah! He's just going to run out and slam the door.
How long will that last for? I kind of need that man.
Oh, well, once he's digested the cupcake, it shouldn't be too long. It'll pass through his system. A couple of minutes, I'd say, maybe.
And do they remember this experience?
Would you like them to remember the experience? I could adjust the recipe so that they do. Or if you'd rather it be a surprise to them every time, I suppose I could make a recipe for that.
I'd quite like it if they remembered it, especially if they believed it to be true.
Well, the cupcake that I gave him, he should remember everything that happened. I can carry on making them like that if that's your preference.
She considers for a moment.
And what are you requesting in this bargain?
As I said, I'm not quite the businessman. I'm more in this to see what I can feel out of it, you know? I'm kind of the adventuring type when it comes to spreading and seeing misery. Unless my wife has anything particular to demand, I was going to ask what you had for us, and maybe we could strike up a deal.
Aerith kind of turns to Scabatha and gives a wide smile. She's like, "Yes, my husband is correct. I am the one who takes care of the business deals and whatnot. I think it's been clear at this point this is something you're interested in, Scabatha. So I'm going to ask you the same question. What can you offer us?
I'm also going to just message around the table. Should we ask for the Babylonia painting? To everyone. Because I got a message. I got those glasses.
Can we get away with asking for that without it being suspicious?
Not too sure. Just sort of waits to see if anyone says anything, but she's not going to be the one who asks.
What does Scabatha look like after being told to pitch to us?
First of all, I would like you to tell me what your what Flopsy's major regret is.
In life?
Yeah.
A way to spring this on me randomly.
You could all individually DM me that, but she knows it now. Don't fucking metagame and be like something that she can't, you know what I mean, that she can't think of. Like, what would actually be your character's major regret in life? Whether she knows that now or not is irrelevant, it's just that I've got the information.
Does it have to be something that he's actually responsible for, or can he just feel the regret from it, even though it wasn't his fault?
It doesn't have to be their fault. You know, like a sort of, like, I don't know, a regret that you never went skydiving or some shit, you know what I mean? Like, that counts too, you know what I mean? But obviously it's got to be the most major regret. Right, I've got two through.
Just looked into Flopsy's mind, and it's just Flopsy's.
That's so funny.
It like zooms in through Flopsy's eye, and then he's just there like.
Flopsy uses the Witchlight crown to fly really high up into the sky.
Okay.
Have you got mine, or do you prefer it on Discord?
Oh, Discord, what are you playing at? Yeah, I don't look at my phone when I'm playing. Ah, right, okay.
I've just copied and pasted it, there you go.
This is business. Casual.
Okay, just one more. Okay. Okay. She might not necessarily know this information about any of you yet, but you don't know. You feel as though her eye can see a lot more than you expect. Like, the eye seems to be doing a lot of work here, as she's scanning you all, trying to think of something that she could possibly offer you, getting a read on you, sort of squinting her eyes up and down on you. What do you mean?
No, I just meant the eyes rolling in. So
oh, yeah.
Like an eye roll.
Well, you get the feeling it's doing much more than just squinting. Sometimes when it stops on you, it like flickers a little bit, like vibrates very suddenly, like sort of thing. Then it moves quickly to another person. And
what does her face look like when she has the vibrating eye?
It's almost like she's got this very sallow, cheeks sucked in, very strange gait to it, like a weird move to it, like it sort of hovers on her neck, like her neck is loose, and she looks around quite with her head tilted at people and things like that. But when she locks on and that little thing, the little run of the eye happens, it's almost like a mouth's like opening a little, you know, like when people put mascara on and they open their mouth to concentrate, and there's this sag of the jaw as it like feels a bit concentrated.
Well, I could give you a very fun quest. People love to be busy nowadays.
And what sort of quest would that be?
As you heard, I'd been robbed earlier. No doubt Bavlorn, or maybe even Endelin, actually has this.
What is it that they managed to take from you?
A prized ingredient. It's the horn of a unicorn. And it rightfully belongs to me.
You think Endelin or Bavlorna has it?
Most likely. How they got in here, and, well, how their agents would have got in here without my noticing is beyond me.
My question is, we're offering you a deal of a lifetime, and in return you're offering us to go fetch something for you. How does that benefit us?
Why, you benefit from my respect and trust. Which is very valuable in these parts.
Yeah, in these parts. But, I mean, you know that we've been to hither, and heck, if Endelin has this unicorn's horn, did you say? Then we'll be traveling to those parts. And that's only, you know, a third of importance in Prisonier.
All of a sudden, you hear this squawking and screaming going on outside. And her eye literally, like she's head is staring forward, her eye swivels to the back of her head all of a sudden, so it's just pure white. And she's still regarding you with the other. And she slowly steps up, puts her hands on either side of a chair, steps up and she's like,
"Excuse me one moment, it seems the scarecrows are disturbed."
And she just turns her back on you all, completely confidently, walks into this room and slams the door behind her.
I think now's her chance.
Holland stands up.
When Holland stands up, sorry, excuse me, that's a whole thing I forgot to do. When she gets to about here, the cupcake rises even further and starts to follow her. And Holland, this is where you don't have faculties.
Just to bring this up, because this is starting to sound like a charm, I do have the glass slipper on me. So I just wanted to mention that in case it affects anything.
Yeah, let me just have a look here. Let's see here. Ooh, You stand up out of your seat, and as soon as it's out of the door, and the door shuts behind, doof, it's over.
That cupcake was really weird.
I mean, you looked like you really wanted to eat it.
Which is a bit weird.
I hope we don't have to do that feeding thing to, you know, that poor Bugbear? What was he? A goblin?
Chucklehead.
Yeah.
Is a goblin with a sort of like jack-o'-lantern head.
I hope we don't have to feed that guy anything else. He looks really upset.
Yes, I do actually want to make that up to him on the way out.
On the way out.
On the way out. We gotta go now.
Yeah. Time is of the essence.
Right. We need someone to stay here and, like, keep a lookout, I suppose. Someone with message, preferably.
Well, I've got pretty good eyes and I've got message.
And Flopsy has message too. Maybe Aerith has message.
Unfortunately, I can only lift things. I have no other magical properties other than that.
Well, then it's one of you two?
I could stay and look out if you want. Archie, you did have things you wanted to look for.
Yeah? Did I? I mean, I guess we were all going after that painting. Yeah, okay, Holland, I'll come with you and help you find your missing thing, which is your inspiration, and we'll also find that Bavlorna's painting, and that is what we will find. We'll find those two things.
I mean, if everybody else is leaving the room and she does come back, wouldn't it be just strange for me to be on my own? Shouldn't we all just leave? If the getaway gang do their job, she won't be coming back anytime soon.
You could say that.
That is true.
Yeah, maybe we should all go as like a little getaway gang of our own. Get inside gang.
Flopsy will come with us, there's no protest.
Upon consideration of your lost things and the tension from Scabatha being in the room is gone and the lack of the cupcake that seems so enticing, your minds become a little bit clearer, and Holland and Archie get a very faint sense that in a distant part of this layer, you feel as though you're close to something that was once part of you.
Well, I think I just got the heebie-jeebies.
Aerith notices this little pink thing in the corner.
Yeah, the Jack in the Box.
Can she take a look at it?
Well, how? Yes, of course. You look at the box.
I touch it.
You touch it? How? You just touch it on the top?
Like, is there a little wind-up thing or anything?
Yeah, there's a crank. It's a painted wooden box, 3 feet on each side. And there's a crank on one side of it. Looks like an oversized jack-in-the-box.
Aerith, I don't think this is the time to play with toys. Archie says, and she's putting away her Palomino horse toy, which she was playing with under the table.
No.
Yes, but I don't know, it seemed out of place here.
What, a toy in Scabatha's house? I don't know if that's out of place.
I don't know. As she's talking, she reaches out and cranks it.
Dum 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 dum.
I don't know if you should do that.
I feel like this isn't the right time for that, Aerith.
What if it's a loud noise and it brings her back?
No,
it's coming up.
The lid flies open. A spring, which looks as though something should be attached to it, pops out. And hovers and bounces. There's nothing on the end of the spring.
I told you, nothing to be worried about.
That feels even worse. Where's the thing? If it's not in there.
Well, I suppose maybe keep an eye out for it. It could be important.
I feel like you should reset that before we leave as well, just so it doesn't look as if we've been touching our stuff.
That's fair. Aerith will shove it back down in the box.
Do you guys want to stick together, or should we, like, split up into finding lost pieces of ourselves team and finding the painting team?
Well, I already said I'll go with you, Holland. And I suppose... I mean, it's like a big long log, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but it's got like branches and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I suppose if the time comes where we need to split up, then we can do that. As long as, Archie, you take very good care of Holland, and Holland, you take very good care of Archie.
Okay.
Okay.
Here, since you seemed a bit peckish before, if you're going to eat a cupcake, have one of mine. I'm going to give Archie and Holland both Bardic Inspiration each.
She noms that.
Yum, yum, yum.
Okay.
My turn.
As you step foot in this room, flickering lanterns illuminate a cluttered workshop filled with soft, ambient music produced by bells and chimes. Parts of toys are heaped on the tables, leering dolls' heads, half-built rocking horses, unpainted wooden balls, and the stuffed limbs of soft toys. A stove at the back of the room holds a saucepan of smelting metal. And 3 doors exit the workshop. 2 storefront windows look over the market outside, where you can see Chucklehead is sort of trying to explain his vision to these goblins who aren't harking ye. You see 3 young children, one of which is standing on the table. He looks to be sort of like, as you're interrupting by walking in, he looks to be sort of like mid-animated conversation with his arms like outstretched. He's this little drow kid. And he like, his arms are outstretched, he's got something like rectangular in his hand, and he turns to look at you as you all come in, and like he stops and sort of like slides down and like sits really nicely at the table, and they all stop giggling, and he puts his hands behind his back.
Aerith walks up. Hello. How are all of you? How are you 3?
Really good, thanks, miss. We're just in the middle of making these teddies, aren't we, miss? Yes. Yeah.
The girl picks up her sewing stuff and starts continuing sewing the arms to and Teddy.
That won't be necessary anymore.
What do you mean?
My name is Aerith. This is Flopsy, Archie, and Holland.
I'm Archie.
Yeah, that's Archie. We know what Scabbeth has been doing, and we're here to rescue you.
You're going to take us away?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that, Jenna.
She says, you're going to take us away?
If you'd like.
Help! Help!
She's gonna go and just sort of run to this door.
Wait, little girl. Hey, stop running away.
Hey.
roll persuasion. Hey, no, come back. That's fucking Willy Wonka ass bitch. Stop, no, please.
But it worked.
Hey, Nat One. Right. She screeches in her tracks and turns around, and she looks scared. Like, she looks scared of you. These 2 other kids look nervous too.
What's the matter? Do you not want to leave?
What for? What are you gonna do to us?
Oh,
Rescue
are you afraid we're going to harm you?
Well, I know you are.
No.
She looks confused at this.
My name, like I said before, is Aerith. I own an orphanage for lost children and children who are in need of love and caring. I'm sorry that hasn't happened to you before. But if you come with us, I can take you somewhere safe, where you will not be harmed anymore.
She looks from you to Archie and back again and looks at Flopsy and Holland, trying to get like a read on you all. And she goes, well, I can't go. I ain't got my piglet.
Okay, we'll go find your piglet. Do you know where it is?
In the pig pen, obviously.
Okay.
He's called Oink.
Right. Okay, so we'll go get Oink, and when we come back with Oink, you guys can come with us.
She says,
okay, Null, do you want to show him what you've done?
And Null looks and he's just like, yes, sorry, and he like pulls out this rectangle and holds it, but he lowers his head as he shows you what he's done. You see in his hand is a bar of soap with the indentation of a key pressed into it. I got it from Pincushion. The key, I mean, I put it back, but I was going to make a copy of it and nick some milk from the kitchen because it's always locked.
That's
so
incredibly
cool.
smart.
Yeah. I could trade it if you want to use this to help us. We do.
Tell you what.
We would like to leave. We're just wary of people like you. Adults. She's, you know.
Aerith gingerly walks over and, like, kneels down with a bright, warm smile on her face. What? She takes off her glasses. I normally don't do this, but these are reserved for only the most craftiest and smartest people that I know. And I think you deserve them. If you really want us to help you, how about I give you these glasses just to show how crafty and smart you are, and I will take that key.
Oh, well, thanks very much.
He puts them on, quite proud of himself, pushes them up his nose. He smiles for a very subdued smile, like it's low down in his face, like he doesn't give eye contact, and none of them do.
So I will just stay here and keep making these toys. When she came through earlier, she didn't look very happy.
Well, hopefully you won't have to worry about them anymore. We're gonna solve this, okay?
You notice one of the doll's heads sort of like turns to face you. Out of the corner of your eye. It's like, looks at Flopsy. Flopsy hasn't noticed it, but you have, Aerith. And suddenly, out of a dark corner, like a ball just rolls off the shelf and just on the ground.
Can I go look at the doll? I don't know, where's it located?
Anywhere, just round about here. It's just this littered with toys.
Okay, yeah. Can I take a look at him?
Yeah, you notice this porcelain sort of faced doll. It's been crafted quite badly. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look well made. It's attached to a material body with pot arms and pot legs attached to it. It's wearing this very lacy sort of dress and a straw hat-like bonnet thing. And its head's just so tilted so that both of its glass eyes point directly at Flopsy.
Aerith winces very slightly for reasons only known to her. And just with a bad feeling, turns the dog to face the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And keeps an eye on it as she walks back.
The saucepan on the fire bubbles, and a splash of molten metal lands on the ground.
Everybody, I just had a very disturbing thought.
What?
What if Scabbeth is watching us right now?
Well, if Scabbeth is watching us, Archie says, picking up the flask of molten metal, then let's do this in a different room.
Wait, like pick up the what?
Did you not say it was a flask of molten metal?
From the saucepan, it bubbles because it's boiling this molten metal.
Oh.
And it comes out, like spits out of the pan and splashes against the ground, obviously hardening. You know.
I misheard.
Yeah.
Well, look, molten
and it's down
metal's
here.
there.
Yeah.
There's like, if you look over here, I noticed it from all the way across the room. But it's molten metal. We could make the you-know-what out of that.
Yes, that's a brilliant idea, Archie. Aerith will take... is there like... Aerith's gonna look around for like some tongs or something.
Yeah, there are plenty of kitchen equipment items that you could use to carefully do this.
Okay, yeah. Aerith takes the soap indentation thing that's been carved out into the soap.
Mm-hmm.
Gets like a ladle, scoops the molten thing, and pours it into the basically making a mold.
Okay.
And fills it.
Roll a dexterity check. Just a check, not a save. Okay. As you're pouring it from the ladle, you've put the soap on the side so that it's not in your hands or anything like that. And you carefully pour it in, it fills the mould, and then it overspills and like rolls down the side of the soap itself. It's got like a sort of lump attached to it as it's like fell down the edge of the rounded corner of the soap. Like it's splashed outwards as it's overfilled.
Aerith shakes her head and like knocks the spar soap tenderly to knock out like what she thinks is a really bad key. Archie, I'm a bit overwhelmed at the moment.
Yeah.
Can you do this?
I can try.
Aerith, Archie, I have an idea with the soap. I'm not sure if it'll be a perfect idea, but I can create small things, and with the exact mold that is in the soap, if I were to hold the soap to my hand, I'm sure I'd be able to create the key. It'd only last for about a minute or so, but we don't need to risk burning ourselves.
That's spooktacular. Great idea, Flopsy.
Aerith hands you the bar of soap.
Thank you. Flopsy keeps it safe.
Well, anyway, let's not tarry in this room. I've got a lot of work to do. This elevated music is really something.
As you sort of walk past these windows and things to get back to this table, you notice that there's a few displays of creepy toys and things. You notice a set of nesting dolls in which each doll looks more frightened than the next larger one. A stuffed lion with needles for teeth and real bloodstains around its jaws. A toy windmill with a crank on one side that turns the vanes and the millstone. A set of playing cards depicting weeping children. A wind-up drunkard doll that totters a few paces and then falls over.
I'm gonna take that.
Okay. And make sure if you take any of these, you have to put them in your inventory.
Yeah.
4 finger puppets depicting an arguing family, a 1-foot-tall wooden guillotine,
Oh my god.
a tiny wooden box containing 8 sticks of black chalk, a jar of iridescent glass eyes.
Oh, Archie wants that as well.
I'm taking the black chalk.
Alright. A silver hammer and chisel in a green leather tool belt, which you notice amongst the tools, obviously. And iron metalworking tongs that were obviously the ones that were
That would have been useful.
used in... Yeah, because I knew they were there. But they are shaped like the jaws of a snapping dragon.
Oh, is it the Jabberwock?
You wouldn't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm taking the chalk, the hammer and chisel, and the tongs.
Okay. I'll just pass them in so you can see.
These might be useful, and I doubt. I hope Scavisa doesn't notice.
Yeah,
I don't feel comfortable here. Let's Sheldon, could we convince you to hide somewhere until we get what we need?
No, I think a better idea is that they just look natural. Kids, you're just gonna have to keep working in case someone comes by.
You all suddenly hear a strange metallic trooping noise, like doo, 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 coming from this door over here. I don't know if you can see that.
Which door?
The door right ahead of you. Yep. It's almost like a troop of metallic things, like dum 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 dum, walking, about to come through the door.
Flopsy dives under this table.
Archie puts the invisibility cloak on.
Like an Aerith dives under this table.
Oosh. Everybody.
I'm going to this one, I guess.
Yeah, everybody roll stealth checks.
We're fucked.
Archie and Holland both have Bardic Inspiration. It's a D8 if you need it.
Oh, hey.
What does the invisibility cloak do? It just gives them disadvantage on being able to detect me, doesn't it?
It gives you advantage, I think.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure because we had
I have advantage as well.
Alright,
Yeah,
so
Cheeky 24.
so with advantage, that's
let's
20.
see. Become visible. Invisible. Diddle-a-diddle-a-diddle-a-diddle-a-doo. Bloody. Diddle-a-diddle-a-doo. Okay. Right, you don't have advantage, but you are invisible. You see, burst through this door, all the children sort of sit up straight. This series of marching tin soldiers. They are about halfling size as they come marching through. Wow, I can't seem to, do my thing. And as you see them all marching in a row, and they all go to, oh jeez Louise, I can't do things. They all go to this door here. The first one opens it and just marches straight out, so does the second and the third. And as they're all marching in this row, there's 6 of them in total. The 5th one sort of snaps its head towards you, Aerith. But then its head snaps back into formation and continues its way. It's acknowledged you're there, but it's continuing its sort of, march out of this door. There are 6 of them. I just haven't moved them all to the right layer.
Do I know that it's noticed me?
Yes, you can see that it's noticed you.
And once they're all gone...
Yep, whoops.
Level 7?
Yeah,
Oh.
whatever. I just hate having to drag everything on GM layer because you pick up too much shit that you don't want.
Guys, I think we have an issue.
Another one?
One of them saw me.
Well, then we best get moving quickly.
I don't know if that's so much of an issue if it saw you and didn't do anything.
It could be going back to Scabathon.
Or it could just be patrolling.
Best not risk it, right?
You've already been seen.
I am in the next room.
Another box. I'm gonna wind it again.
Really? You already know what the last one did. Nothing.
Well, this one could be different. I like surprises.
Yeah, this one could kill us.
Anyway, looking around the room, what do I see? What's the description?
So, 10 brightly painted structures resembling little wooden houses line the walls of this room. Oh, there are 10. Sorry, not 6, it's 10. Each small house has a 3-foot-high hinged door. Oh no, sorry, there are 6. 4 of the doors are open. No, wait. 4 of the doors are closed and the other 6 are open.
I also want to be clear. I'm not actually winding the box. I was just Jason coming out.
Mm-hmm.
You can wind the box.
A narrow staircase ascends the circular wall. Near the foot of the stairs is a painted wooden box, 3 feet on a side. A crank protrudes from one side of it, causing it to resemble an oversized jack-in-a-box.
Aerith kind of looks over to the group and like gives them a look. Like she knows they told her not to wind the last one, but it's so colorful and it looks cute and it's Aerith's whole thing.
Aerith, come on.
Yeah.
You just said that, you know.
Yes, you're right. Maybe one day, Box, I shall come back to wind you.
And we might have got lucky because the other one didn't have a head. Don't forget that.
It's fair. Yes, better to wait until another day. Come on.
Holland's like become quite like, you know, like he's anxiously rocking on his feet while they're arguing about the box, and he's like clutching really hard onto his Lyra pendant. And he's just like silently like ducking into each room.
Alright. So just pull yourselves back a little. I told you last time I've got a lot to do here. Like there's a lot here. So give me a bit of not into L7. You can still be in the you can be in the corridor. Right. So who was the first person to go where?
Me.
Right. Okay. Holland.
Holland went in there. Aerith went in here.
Right. Okay. Holland, as you come into this corridor, you feel that feeling stronger. Archie, when you follow Holland in, you also feel that feeling. Aerith, get out of there a second. Holland, you... Which room do you go into first?
I went to the left first.
Okay.
Oh, I went...
So, you... Let's have a look here. So in this hallway, there's like moths that are sort of like clustering around this lantern that's hanging from the ceiling. And these doors are like sliding doors. And at the opposite end of the corridor itself, there's like a heavier hinged door. These 3 sliding door rooms are actually large cupboards. When you slide this door open, Holland, you peek in there, and it seems that there's this. It's very right. It's very dark for starters. There's a lot of like sort of silt. What's the word? Falling dust from the light that shines in from this moth-ridden, lantern. As you creak the door open, you see the dust in there. You see the rotten wooded crates and boxes and things like that. And standing directly in the centre of the room, completely and utterly still, silent and unmoving, this childlike form, this silhouette of a girl with a little dress on, And as it sort of, like, your vision rises up to a long black sort of greasy hair and this round-cheeked face that's overly round, the cheeks overly pudgy, the nose overly cylindrical, jutted forward, these ears very triangular and pig-like, standing there, unmoving. As the light shines on her face, you see that pink in her face. You see that pig-masked girl. Her mouth is open, her teeth rotting, and she just breathes with this ragged breath, and she stands perfectly still.
Holland immediately looks away out of habit. Maybe not in that room.
Is everything okay?
One of her spies is in there.
Her spy? That just looks like a little girl to me.
No, they used to, like, haunt us at, like, carnival. Like, each of the hags had a person who would, like a little creature that would come and look at us if we weren't allowed to look at them.
It makes sense that she would get a child to do it for her.
So one of the carnival creatures is in there?
Yeah, have a look.
I'm not sure if I want to
It's
look at them, really, but...
It's
a
the
child.
big one.
Yes, I remember her, but that must mean that there's a way to the carnival nearby.
Oh, yeah. She surely hasn't traveled as far as we have.
I'm not sure if it's something we'd use, but it's something to keep an eye out for.
We could get Star home.
We could get all of these children to safety.
Mm.
I'm sorry, I'm a bit confused. There's a child in there?
I'm not sure it's actually like a humanoid child. It's just like in the shape of one. Because it kind of like goes, like when I was little, it would be like I'd be on the carousel, like working late at night, and it would be like, ooh, So it like hasn't aged or anything. So I don't think it's like a child.
Sad.
I think I'd seen her before.
Suppose it's not a face you forget easily.
I think she brought me here before. Oh, but I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, shall we get moving?
Yeah, I guess we can't waste any more time.
Aerith is actually going to walk in the room.
You open the door, same thing. Yeah. Very dark. Very dusty. Very stuffy. She just stands there, breathing. She's actually just facing this wall, the inner wall. Essentially T-posing.
Hello?
She slowly turns her head, like it creaks almost. You see the skin of her neck pull taut as she turns her head fully around to look at you. And this skin of her neck is very, like, sort of tendony and wrinkled and almost this strange, like, amphibian texture. She looks over at you, her mouth still open. You see these rotten teeth inside. This teeth of, if it was a human, would be like way over the age of 100. Like this old, rotten, mummified mouth. And when she looks at you, like you can see these dark eyes, like single points of light within this pig mask. She opens her mouth and just breathes. Towards you as you enter.
has Scabatha done to you, my child?
She breathes.
Sad. Sorry, I cannot help you, little one.
She opens her mouth and she says,
Why do orphans love boomerangs?
Why? Aerith smiles and says, why?
Because they don't come back! Wait, no, they do come back. Ah!
What's your name?
You must go.
She doesn't respond to that.
I do appreciate your joke. And I hope you find happiness.
What do you call an orphan's family reunion?
What?
Me time.
Yes. Well, alright then.
As you're closing the door, you just hear, like, the start of her sentence, and it finishes as the door shuts.
What kind of flour do orphans use to bake bread?
You shut the door. Doof.
Self-raising.
You can just hear her. You can hear her almost like chuckling to herself in the background as the door's shut. You can hear the mumbling coming through it. Holland, with the door open, you would have heard all that, and with the door shut, you would have still heard the final punchline of the third joke.
I liked it better when it didn't speak.
Sorry, Holland. I feel for any child, no matter how lost they may be.
I'm not even sure that is a child.
Looks like one. That's good enough for me.
Well, that's maybe the point. It's meant to look like a child.
Yeah, and the other ones look like frogs and moons and stuff, but that doesn't mean they actually are.
Perhaps. May I help you search this room, Holland?
Yeah, go for it. Holland's actually gonna sort of shimmy a little bit closer to Flopsy. He's looking very restless and unsettled still, so.
Flopsy's going to put his hand on Holland's shoulder. Just reassure him a little bit.
Mm-hmm. The other two rooms are literally just like boxes of materials and things to build the toys with. It's a workshop, fucking warehouse sort of thing.
Well, there's nothing else here besides that poor unfortunate soul in that one room. I suggest we move on, maybe?
Yeah.
Are you going in here?
I am, yes.
Alright. This room has 3 doors, one that you've just come through, and a wood-carved staircase that ascends to a higher level. The walls are a dense tangle of tree roots and brambles, nestled among which are 5 animated portraits. So imagine the walls, all these moving roots, these sort of like wiggling long brambles and things, and within, like sort of almost moving with the undulating motion of these branches, these 5 portraits. In the centre,
what do the portraits look like?
Above them all, you see this truly ancient and terrifying hag. She has this long, sort of stretched out face, this really long, like sort of like moon-like chin that pulls up a little at the bottom, the long nose which pulls down as well, sort of giving that weird crest, like moon crest sort of appearance. A mouth slightly open, you see this glint of like metallic shining through her mouth, and she's smiling with a bit of a cheeky side smile, and every now and then sort of opens her mouth and licks along this metallic row of sharp teeth. And as the portrait is animated, you see them chatter all of a sudden, and she closes her mouth like as though to suck her lips in to stop them from falling out. The next, below, there is a toadish hag that you may have seen before. Bavlorna Blightstraw, sat on a lily pad. Painted in such a way that's like a lot more offensive than the rest. Well, not the rest, than Scabatha. This like hulking, bulbous, like sort of multi-layered belly, sort of slapping down around this the feet and the horrid frog-like limbs. She looks the epitome of gluttony. The second, well, I mean the third in total, but the second underneath the main one, a skeletal hag wearing a black theatrical contraption resembling a dress, her hands sort of like a puppet master above this part of a dress, which seems to have dancing marionettes upon a platform within the dress itself, as though that is part of her body. Like the barrel of her chest is this strange little stage. Her face is a pure skeleton face. There's no skin on it whatsoever. It's devoid of eyes, just with sockets. The sort of spine of the neck as it goes down through the dress, and the veils that cover her, you can see that it's just like a crickety-crackety fucking spine, and her shoulders and bones that come off of it are all very, very polished bone, like very clean, very marble-esque. The third, a hag with a wind-up key in her back. We've seen this bitch before too. One empty eye socket, one sunken eye socket, and a marble-esque white eye, which is actually held in her hand, and she like pokes it around the room, so it's like, you know, it's like, oh, is that portrait following me? Yes, the eye is. And the fourth, beneath the main terrifying hag, a svelte, dark-haired woman with a commanding presence, this powerful strength to her, this stance where she, even if depicted in any unflattering way, with this frowning eyebrow and this sort of confused look on her face somewhat, there's an air of arrogance about her. There's also this air of power which prevails over any attempt at something unflattering from the painter. And whether you could imply that these have been painted because they are so realistic that you might think there might be some other magic effect that might be causing them to be able to be displayed so crisply.
Is there any name plaques underneath these?
You don't see any. All you see is the shifting and sort of prickling brambles that move around the entire dome of the room, within which these portraits are all nestled in a row.
Archie, are any of these the ones that we needed to come for?
Well, I'm interested in remarking upon them first. Taking the art, you know, before we take the art. But, I mean, that old woman, I don't think I've ever seen her before. And the other old woman, the one that looks like a skeleton, I've never seen either of those. I'm pretty sure though. I mean, this place is a tree, so if it's a family tree, that top one must be the mum, right? And these are the 4 sisters. That means that's Endolin. And can we get a handout for Endolin?
Yes.
And this one must be the 4th sister, Igvilv, right?
Can I just ask what order they were in? The bottom 4?
The bottom 4 is Bavlorna, Endolin, Skabatha, Igvilv.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Obviously. You presume, obviously, the reason why they know it's probably Igvilv is because Bavlorna's book of bad blood contained Igvilv as another sister.
Yeah.
Endolin.
That's just my deductive reasoning, you know?
Here's a swanky little picture. Oh my god, my Roll20's done that thing where it like clicks everything at once. Yep. Here's a smexy little picture of Endolin Moongrave.
I'm good. That sounded terrible. Oh my god.
Ooh.
She's so fine.
She's wearing her leather dress.
She's so fine.
I'm willing to forgive and forget, guys.
Lauren is head over heels.
That's so
Endolin,
cool.
Endolin looking kind of thick down there.
Is her body just floating?
We'll find out when we get there.
Oh, sorry.
Looks like he's walking on like spindly skeleton spiders.
That's so cool.
Mm.
Oh wow! I can't wait. I can't wait. That's so cool. This is Archie saying this. She's admiring the terrifyingness, and then she looks over to the Igor one. You know, she's kind of hot.
Yeah, one of these is not like the rest.
I don't know if it's just because, like, looking around, you know, this is the piece of art, but you know,
yeah, if anything, like, she's beautiful, but there's this look of utter spite on her face, this frowning, you know, disgust.
You know, the
You
thing that's
wouldn't happen
weird.
to have a picture of Igville, would you?
No, there's no art for Igville.
Oh, come on, please!
Sorry.
I wanted to see her.
Listen, Roll20 fucking sucks ass. Literally, I had to make my own fucking token for Nib. Like, come on. It was a girl NPC.
It's okay, guys. I'll do a drawing later. My drawings are very good.
Oh yeah, that's right. We'll all have our visual imagery sorted.
You know,
from Lauren.
She doesn't. I mean, for a hag, she's looking really nice.
Yes, indeed.
Like, it's like you could just go up to the painting and, like, Archie gives it a kiss.
When you approach the painting, make a dex save.
Fuck off.
Oh my god.
At least it's not a death save, right? 13.
Oh.
Archie dies immediately.
You extend your face towards this portrait. You get closer and closer. You can see, as you do get closer, this woman is really attractive. Like, she's very alluring. She has, she's wearing, okay, I can give you a picture. I've found, what?
Oh, why am I working on one then? Bloody no.
I know, right? Well, I don't know why. Right, but basically, I found one of her that they should really have provided in the module, to be honest. And yeah, I'm gonna post it in general for you all. Oh, actually, no, I could just make it a fucking handout.
Yeah, make it a handout so then the viewers at home, hi kid, can watch and see this hot piece of work.
Yeah.
It's absolute hotter.
This absolute fitty.
She's lank.
But yeah, I've got something else as well. Boop-a-boop. Here we go. Diddle-do. Hopefully that's gonna work. I'll just call it Iggy. 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 Right, okay. Here is Iggy in all of her glory.
Oh, look at her.
Hey.
Brown.
She do be kind of fine.
Mine is better, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna send it in a second.
But Endolin, though.
She is incredibly
Yeah,
fine.
Endolin's fine.
So now we've stopped simping over the hag.
Go on.
Well, Archie hasn't stopped simping over the hag as she leans forwards, gets closer, notices the sort of like very nicely defined collarbones actually, and the jawline, and sort of the furrowed eyebrows is actually giving off quite a, you know, sexy expression. And as soon as you lean your mouth even closer to this painting, the brambles around the painting itself just surround you, and you feel in your own jaw, like near your cheek, a prick. And you're like, it doesn't deal you any damage. When you look at the painting, it changes. And Igrilv begins to morph. Her face starts to become a little softer in the cheeks. Her eyes start to become a little darker and a bit more iridescent. Her hair shortens into your exact hairstyle, Archie. And this picture has transformed into you.
Wait, I'm Igvilv? I'm a hag? Guys, are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Archie.
The other portraits are also changing. As you look from your portrait, you look to the left of the one that should be Scabatha, and it's turned into Vanellope.
Wait, Vanellope's a hag as well? I mean, I can kind of see that one.
You look over next to Vanellope, and Holland appears.
Holland?
Oh.
You can't be a hag. You're not even a girl.
Next to Holland, Clapperclaw, in the space of
Clapperclaw?
Bavlorna Blightstraw.
He's like not even a thing.
And above them all, Flopsy.
Flopsy, you're my mom?
The main hag, the big hag, transforms into Flopsy. You fucking idiot, Lauren.
I didn't realise how far up I'd drawn her until it was sent to you.
Wow.
Send it to all of us.
Okay, I'll put it in general.
Put it in our art. No, put it in fan art.
No, because everyone can see that.
Yeah, that's the funny bit.
That's the point.
Anyway.
Whatever.
Mass scrutiny.
Anyway, the portrait of Igrilv has turned into Archie, and subsequently, Scabatha has turned into Vanellope, Endolin has turned into Holland, Bavlorna has turned into Clapperclaw, and the main matriarchal hag above all these portraits has turned into Flopsy. Fucking Jesus.
Oh, jeez Louise. Jeezy Creasy.
Why did you kiss it? Now we're all like there. What if we're like locked in there now?
Yeah, maybe we should just like nab all of these paintings.
Archie, I would recommend stepping away from the paintings if you can.
It's got my face on it.
That's the point. I don't like it.
But that means it belongs to me, right? If something has your name on it, or it has your face on it, it belongs to you. Like, I got an arrow with Scabatha's name on it.
I don't think that really works as a law of the land, Archie.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure there are probably laws against, child labor. So, I think, actually, maybe... I mean, I don't want them seeing my face and thinking, oh, it's that Archie.
I definitely do think we should take the paintings. If they've changed to all of us, then if somebody were to come in here, they know that we were here looking at them.
Right.
So I think it's actually better to steal the evidence.
Remember that the Clapperclaw one is Bavlorna.
Say, this might be a silly idea, but I hope that it's just the paintings that have changed to our likeness, and not the real-life subjects.
Do you think?
I hope not.
We're gonna see Skabatha, and she's gonna look like Holland, and then we're not gonna know who's who. But it'd be pretty funny that Skabatha's a child now. Wait, is it Skabatha that turned to Holland, or is that someone else?
Skabatha turned into a Vanellope.
Ah, shit. Well, I guess you.
Also, there's like no children here, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah. Well, it'd be funny that she's not a child. Wink. She doesn't wink. She just says it. Well, shall we open up this bag and?
Yes. The longer we're here, the worse I feel. So, I think if you pass them to us, we'll put them in the bag.
Yeah, Archie takes them off the wall and starts popping them.
Okay. So it's just you doing the touching.
Yeah.
Alright, okay.
Just me handling them.
Alright. Make a deck save when you touch the one with Vanellope on it.
Oh god, they're all gonna turn into me. 25.
Okay, good. You managed to get it off the wall without getting pricked. The one with Holland on it.
23.
Yep, you don't get pricked. The one with Clapperclaw on it.
15.
Yep, you're good. And the one with Flopsy on it at the top, the bigger one.
14.
You get pricked again.
Oh no.
Flopsy turns into you. And then the Clapperclaw one turns into Vanellope. The Holland one turns the Holland one the Holland one remains Holland. The fucking they're all the same but just swapped round, basically is what I'm saying here. They all just like and swip around, so the one that was Archie is Flopsy now.
And more importantly, the one that was Clapperclaw, that was Bavlorna, is now Vanellope.
Oh god, if it's based on like who's touching it, then how are we gonna get it to the Skabatha again before we give it back to Bavlorna?
I think maybe if we just give it back to Bavlorna, they'll change back to normal.
I hope so.
I mean, yes, we haven't touched it, but we're in the paintings, so if Bavlorna touches it, I'm sure, since she knows Skabatha and Endelyn and they're all related, then it should go back to normal.
Probably. Which way do you think we should go now, Holland?
Which
There's an upstairs.
am I able to tell which way the sort of sense of missing piece is coming from?
Yeah, you get a distinct feeling that this way is the correct way to go.
What does this way mean?
I think you're on GM way.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. I want to go this way. It just, like, feels right. I think Lyra's leading me this way.
She must be leading me too.
Put your hand on the door handle, pull it down, it's locked.
No!
Oh. Lyra's led me to a locked door.
Does it look like a kitchen door?
It does.
Whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
She sniffs the door to see if there's any, like, kitchen-y smells coming from the door.
Oh, sickly sweet vapours literally just whoomph right into your nostrils as soon as you put your nose near that fucking keyhole.
I do believe I'm getting the vapours. He's gonna put his hand on the soap indentation of the key, and using prestidigitation is gonna make a key.
Hey!
Palm of his hand.
Who'd have thunk it?
Who would have thunk that one?
Who would have
I'm
thunk
gonna
that?
Unlock the door. Actually, if there's a keyhole, can Flopsy look through the keyhole first?
Yes. You peer down through the keyhole, your eyes watering at the putrid sweet vapours as they waft towards your eye, your bare eye. And you can see through there. Roll me a perception check.
Ooh. A cheeky wee perception. Fitting.
Immediately at the sort of central work table, you can see a human girl shackled to said work table with her wrists, and she's hard at work peeling some potatoes, and every time she like pulls her arm to try and peel the potato properly, like you can see that she's restrained a little by the shackles. As you sort of look across the room at head height, you can see here, let's have a look here. You can see
You can see that.
It's a weird thing to see.
There's a large clay oven in the centre of the room. That's the main feature. Surrounded by like crowded shelves. Okay. Your eyes sort of like peek down to like near the funnel, the sort of the bit where you put like pizzas into this big clay oven, the front bit, the oven bit. Mm-hmm. You look down to that, and you sort of like glance down a little bit, and you can see a young green dragon wormling. It's curled up on the ground next to the oven, kind of dozing like a dog, and whenever it breathes, these fumes just rise out of its nostrils as it's snoring away.
Flopsy is going to report back to the group. There's a young child in there, but I think we need to be careful because there is a very tiny dragon in there too.
A good dragon or a bad dragon?
I'm not really educated enough on dragons to tell the difference, but it seems to be powering their oven, so I think it works for Scabatha.
Maybe it's like a baby dragon, though.
We can't do nothing. You said there's a child in there?
Oh yes, we have to go in, but we should go in with caution. It seems to be sleeping right now, so if everyone can just be as quiet as possible, we may be able to slip in.
It's good that my footsteps don't make any sound. And I can go invisible.
Nice
we all have boots like yours. I'm going to turn the key slowly and quietly and try and open the door very quietly.
As everyone's being quiet, make perception checks for hearing.
We make perception.
Yes.
So,
Because everyone's suddenly gone quiet to do this.
so you want only a bloody 21.
As everyone's hushed surrounding this door with the key, Archie, you hear in the faint distance, like, "What do you..." Wait, what's the fucking voice?
What do you mean? Yes, of course I have guests, but I'm trying to stop this scarecrow.
That's what you can hear in the background. It's Scabatha's voice, of course. And it sounds like she's struggling with something. Yeah, that's what you hear.
Sounds like Scabath is struggling with something. That's what I hear.
At least she's still preoccupied.
Okay, who's opening this door?
Mr. Floppo.
Right, Flopsy. Slide the key in. It unlocks.
I open the door very slowly. Just to be quiet.
As it, like, creaks open. And, as it creaks open with its noise, you see the dragon, like, and resume its snoring.
I'm going to message the child that I can see. Hello, don't panic. We're the good guys. We're here to help you.
She looks up at you, quite surprised that you're in here. And before she can open her mouth, you can see that there's this iron gate, like grate, on the ground over here. I don't know if you can see that, like next to the left of the thingy. And from the grate, you hear like a gruff male voice say, "Is that potatoes I can smell?" And she looks towards the grate, and then she looks towards you, and she is a bit dumbfounded. She's like...
Flopsy's gonna nod at the kid and put his finger to his nose, as in like our little secret thing.
Oops, that's the wrong thing.
I was gonna say that
that's
he come
actually
through the grate.
Completely incorrect thing.
That's the child.
No. But when you like sort of look down to see, you can see there's literally a dude in here anyway. Like, it's in a padlocked iron grate. Sort of like a fucking hole in the ground.
Oh, he doesn't know any of us are there or anything, right?
No, you can just smell potatoes.
Does it look trapped?
Yeah, he's literally under the grate. Like, he can't see you, but you can sort of see his... He looks up and he's like, "Hello, are you..."
My name's Archie.
He goes, "The name's Elkhorn.
Elkhorn?
Are you here to save me?"
I don't know. Who are you? I mean, I know you're Elkhorn, but are you a goody-goody?
Depends what you mean by goody-goody. And,
Do you like
Do you work for the hags?
Yeah.
Oh, no, of course not. I would never work for those horrible creatures.
Well then,
You're goody-goody.
that's good enough for me.
Yeah.
I'm part of an
Let's get
adventuring band known as Valor's Call.
I've heard of these guys.
Yeah, you were either the good guys or the bad guys. I don't really remember.
They're the good guys.
Hmm.
The bad guys are called, like, the League of Malevolence, right?
Aye, that's our arch enemy, the League of Malevolence. He spits.
Your arch enemy? Well, I'm just an Archie, so don't worry about that. There's no Nemi.
Me and my companions hate them. They're a horrible lot. Gaelic, the Sorcerer. War Duke, the Helm Swordsman. Skilla, the Warlock. A priest of Orcus, no less, named Zargash. And obviously this little prick of an assassin that they've hired recently.
Well, I think we killed him, right?
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice one. And just about how did you manage that?
With a few arrows and a good hit with a mace.
Nice.
And some Eladrin charm, if you bring said Elkhorn.
She what?
Oh, yeah.
With some Eladrin charm, if you bring Elkhorn.
He smiles up through and he's like, sorry, Holland, what were you going to say?
I'm just like, oh, well, we should get you out of this, nutty putty cave, whatever it is. I don't know.
Aye. She's put me shield and sword in that kitchen cupboard up there. I saw her do it. Right out of my grasp.
I think I can get you out of the grave.
Do you think?
I can try. Aerith is just gonna brute force muscle try to pull the grate up out of the ground.
Make an athletics check.
I'm going to help.
You crouch down there, you see that
I can't.
there is a padlock on there as well, but when you try and lift the grate itself, yeah, it's just, even with... Oh wait, There's help. Okay, that's an advantage.
I couldn't help.
You couldn't help. Oh, because you're invisible.
Yeah, I don't have well, I don't have. No, I'm not invisible. I don't have advantage. Sorry, I don't have proficiency in athletics, so I can't help.
If only there was someone strong right next to you. Then I help.
You help.
Well, I was gonna, but then you spoke up first, didn't you?
I'm so sorry.
With your fucking lack of proficiency ass.
Oh, no.
Holland, can you help me out here?
Absolutely. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
3.
You can help when you're not proficient. I don't know where you've heard that from.
Oh, I thought you had to have proficiency to help.
No,
in that case.
it's a house
we all
rule.
help together. It can be like a big group thing.
Okay. So you all heave-ho, but it is mainly Aerith who's got like the main bulk of it, as everyone else sort of like eases it for her, and you pop it open. And he's just like, oh, thanks, I haven't been able to stretch out. And he, as he climbs out of the hole, you see that he's like a fucking dwarf. So, like, when he says stretch out, it was almost, like, that big enough for him anyway. So, like, he has had enough room. But, like, it's just been barely enough, you know. He stretches out all of his arms and legs and everything. He says, she was going to leave me there to starve to death. Thankfully, little Mishka over there, she throws me some scraps every now and again. Mishka, like, looks very nervous. Like, she's very, very scared that this is happening, but she's not speaking. She's just continuing to fucking peel the potatoes.
Can Flopsy try to speak to her while they're doing the great shit?
Yeah, let me just put a token down for her, because they don't... This is what I mean. I don't get tokens for shit.
Children just don't exist in this world.
Children don't exist in
Put Will in there.
I'll just...
Oh, is she there this entire time?
Yeah, I'll just put a kid. Yeah. Bear in mind, because there's so many kids, not every single kid is like a major NPC, etc. They do all have like little bits of like notes and stuff, but like, you know, don't make me work too hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can like not speak to her if you want.
It's not that no, that's fine. I'm not saying that. Don't go to that extreme. I mean, like, I've got a lot of other shit as well that's in my mind. This is a very small part of it. In other words.
Flopsy was just going to cast Mage Hand to take the potato peeler off and start peeling the potatoes with that.
Mm-hmm.
You can take a break for a second. No one will know.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting out of here, and so are you.
She looks at you and she says,
Well, I doubt that.
Why is that?
I've managed to run away twice. I get tracked down by a cradle fall every time.
Third time's the charm.
She looks over at... Sorry, she looks over at the dragon when she says cradle fall.
Oh, alright. Well, there goes my next question. I was going to ask if he was friendly or not.
She just shakes her head. And looks nervous that it's still asleep.
Hopefully he stays asleep and we'll be able to make our way back through here for you. But until then, just know that you are escaping today.
She looks not like she believes that.
How young does Cradle Snatcher look?
Cradle Snatcher looks like the size of a Great Dane. Like a long dog, just sort of like curled up on quite soundly on before this fire.
Flopsy,
Yes?
I know you detest violence, but I could handle this creature if you'd like.
Right now?
It'd be quick and silent, I surmise. My plan.
I don't know if it would be the perfect time for it. If you didn't get it done in one swift move, it could cause quite a commotion and bring Scabatha back in.
She looks at her and says,
If you're thinking about pushing him into the fire, it's not going to work. Well, maybe you could do that to Scabatha.
She looks out of towards the door as if to be like, I hope she didn't hear me or come in at that moment that I said that.
No, I was going to, I can lift things. I was just going to lift one of the kitchen knives out of the, I assume there's a kitchen knife holder, and just drop it on the dragon's head.
She looks at you a bit confused, and she says,
Oh, that would wake him up, wouldn't it?
I think you're more likely to just annoy him with that. I think it'll take a much more brutal hit to kill him in one.
Right, and what's that saying? Let sleeping dragons lie?
I mean, yes. I suppose you're right. It's so frustrating not to be able to help the children right away. I apologize for being hasty.
He has a terrible breath.
You should brush then.
She sort of, has nothing to do with her hands, so finds another knife and starts peeling some more potatoes.
Alright, Flopsy's just gonna carry on going towards Holland.
Okay. You get to this door, and let's have a look here. You find it is unlocked. And you walk in to what appears to be a study. Let me just have a look at something here. A staircase runs along the wall of this circular room and climbs to an upper level. Tucked behind curtains of moss and ivy are numerous bookshelves bearing ancient tomes, and built into one of the bookcases is a tall oval mirror in a wooden frame. Flickering candlelight emanates from the eye sockets of a human skull resting atop this roll-top desk. What are you doing in there, Holland?
I'm processing what you said, to be honest. I don't know why it's taking me so long.
We've got bookshelves.
But...
Yeah, we've got bookshelves, a mirror, and this roll-top desk with a skull on top of it, with flickering candlelight emanating from its eye sockets.
Hey, I don't like this so much.
What is it? Like a skull with a light in it? Could that be your inspiration?
I sure hope not.
Like the light inside your head.
When you consider your inspiration or your artistic creativity, the light inside your head feels like the light above your head as you look up to the ceiling. Or look up the staircase.
I don't think it's this.
Well, if you don't feel it, then it must not be.
On the desk itself, you see several wanted posters, almost complete. Sort of different sketches of Will of the Feywild.
And draw a moustache on every single one.
In Sylvan written, wanted Will of the Feywild, Find this flibbity-gibbet and deliver him to me alive and unharmed, and I shall make you as strong as an octopus. Love from Granny Nightshade. XOXO.
Flibbity-gibbet? How dare she? Holland, don't you be saying flibbity-gibbet. I mean, you know, I shouldn't say it either.
You also notice a variety of other interesting knickknacks around the study. There's a sort of like a... it's just literally amongst the junk on the desk. It says, a varnished human eyeball inside the lower half of a small hourglass that hangs like a pendant from a necklace made of woven hair.
I like the description with that.
Yeah.
The next is a black feathered quill with a bone tip. And...
Hey, that sounds like something that... Well, but I haven't seen her, so I wouldn't know.
And finally, a tiny clockwork toad.
What does it do?
Well, you don't know. You're looking at this tiny clockwork toad.
Hey, should I take this tiny clockwork toad?
I'm not sure. I mean, I would discourage you from taking it. We've already taken quite a few things besides. I mean, is it necessary?
Well, it's cute.
You did tell me once that it's not stealing if it's from hags.
Right.
So you wouldn't have to feel bad if that's how you feel.
Archie picks up the little clockwork from... It's in the back.
Okay.
Aerith actually walks over and picks up that hourglass necklace.
Okay.
Oh, that'd be the hourglass column, wouldn't it?
Flopsy has a gander at that mirror that was mentioned.
Alright, give us a sec.
It always likes a little mirror.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. And you go to the mirror, Flopsy. And you peer inside it. And it seems to just double on itself. Like a mirrors within mirrors.
Like a kaleidoscope.
Yeah.
Flopsy tries to touch the mirror surface.
You touch it and your fingers meet with cold glass.
Can't think of anything else special to do. I will carry on walking with everyone else.
Holland, as you approach the stairs, you sort of step onto them, and as you ascend in the walls that are lined with these bookcases, you read names of books such as All Things Sticky, Slippery and Sweet, Phantasma Demento's Codicil of Conundrums, Goblin et tu Guhul, Pity He's an Elf, The Queen's Gowns, Tales from the Gloaming Court, 3 Rules to Rule By, and Twilight Tides, as you ascend these steps into this room. Now, almost everything in this room is perfectly orderly. From the bed with a patchwork quilt, to the ornamental pigs arranged in a neat row in size order on the dresser. Such tidiness is at odds with the decaying dollhouse sitting on the bedside table. This 3-foot-tall edifice has seen better days and is now besmirched by peeling paint, mould and rot. Behind the dollhouse, by the window, moths flutter inside a large bell jar. Facing one another along the outer wall are a pair of doors, and next to the door closest to the staircase is a wooden rocking cradle with a nearby folded blanket in it.
Is there anything in the cradle?
No, it's just got a blanket in it.
Oh, okay.
Wear that blanket as a scarf, Holland.
Or you could just give me my scarf back.
Holland and Archie, you feel this sudden pull towards the dollhouse as you both stop mid-talking and just look at it for a second at the same time, just like, what?
What are we looking at?
This dollhouse.
That little dollhouse.
You see that the roof is hinged, like the lid of a toy box.
The roof is hinged. Kind of like the roof of a toy box. Box toy. What? Yeah, a toy box.
That's unusual. It's usually like the front wall, isn't it? This must be like...
Yeah.
Oh, it must have been well made before it, rotted. It's probably fancy schmancy.
Yeah, when you look at the back to inspect it further, Holland, you notice that it's fully enclosed too, rather than being open at the back, as a normal dollhouse might be. You can see it's got a single front door, a few windows, very symmetrical.
It must be a doll bungalow.
Yeah, I'm gonna open the roof.
You pry the roof, pull at it with your fingers, but it's stuck, it won't open. Feels closed very fast, like very tight.
I just absolutely shit myself because as soon as I tried to open that roof, my roommate dropped something upstairs. He made such a loud bang. I was like, oh my god. That Jack in the Box in the dollhouse.
It's a 4D experience.
Hey. I'll crouch down to its level and try and look through the window.
You sort of put your chin on the table and you peer through the window. And through the windows you see this gloomy interior. This like tattered foyer, like a mouldy parlour, kitchen slimy and horrible, the dining room on the ground floor with a table and 2 chairs, one on either side. Very Wes Anderson arrangement. There, you look up again at the top floor, the first floor, through the top windows, 2 bedrooms, a sewing room, and like one of those, in the bathroom you see like a bath that, that if you twisted the taps on it, that nothing would come out because the actual faucet is like covered, like with the mould of metal that has been constructed hasn't accounted for a space for water to even come out of. It's just all fake and toy-like.
Right, because most doll houses have like working plumbing.
Some make the effort to at least have the faucet have a hole in it, and this one hasn't. And you, in the centre of it all, is this sort of staircase that is carpeted, goes up to the back of the dollhouse and then turns on itself and comes up towards an attic that you can presume is there, but you can't see into it.
It's like Bevlorna's house or something. It's so grim.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to live there.
Yeah. The lid is like fully stuck.
As you're looking up the second staircase that leads up to the attic, and you're like trying to peek your head around the side window to like squeeze your eyes up to where it could lead, and all you can see is this darkness and this like tilted perspective through the entrance to the attic. But you feel like something that was once part of you is right there. Archie, when you're led by Holland, you sort of trying to peek as well and see the same things and feel the same feelings. Flopsy and Aerith, as you come up the stairs, you just see Holland and Archie like caressing this fucking dollhouse, like peeping around it in all different ways. Absolutely fascinated by it.
Do you reckon they found something?
I think that they might be about to find something. How's it going, you two?
I think it's in here.
Can't you open it up?
Well, not in the traditional way, but I think I'm just gonna, like, bust it open or something.
What, like smash it?
Well, it's already rotting away.
Would you like some assistance, Holland?
Let me see what I need to do. I might be able to just, like, pry it open. What's the actual mechanic? Is it you said it was a hinge, but is it a lock?
It's on a hinge. There doesn't appear to be a lock on it, no. It's like a flat wooden... You know, like how it have two wooden flaps to it? Both wooden flaps, like the hinge runs along the like spine of the roof. Like as if it's an equilateral triangle. The hinge runs along the spine, and the two flat pieces of wood sort of like cover the roof in a triangular way. Both of these sides seem to be just stuck like glue. You can't tell what's holding it down.
Oh, okay. Well, I suppose my first thought was that it would be held down by like all of the sludge, and it's just like stuck together, like a sticky hands kind of situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to try wedging like the blade of my axe in the thing, and I'm going to try and pry it open.
Oh wait, Holland, use this dagger. It'd probably be a bit more like, you know, because it's thinner.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll hand him the dagger.
Okay, make a dex check.
It's a +1 weapon. Oh, he doesn't need it! He doesn't need my ridiculous suggestion.
You're like putting the very tip of this blade in the lip of where these two pieces of wood connect, and you're pushing it in, and like it's not making much headway at all. And then you sort of find this little tiny gap between the two and just post it through. And as you try and press that... Pardon?
Between him struggling and between him succeeding, can Holland just sort of like take a breath and just say, Lyra, I need you now more than ever.
You push it in.
Please.
And you give it some leverage. You just put all your weight down on the handle. And it doesn't move. You drag the knife around the lip of it, sort of free it. And as it moves, it closes up behind the cut.
What?
As if following it, like tracing it. Sorry, Lauren.
I guess it must be magical.
Is that... Hey, Flopsy, you know a bit of magic, right?
Yes.
Do you know any magics that, like, open things?
I can't even move my character right now.
What does that mean?
I seem to be stuck in place for a second. I can come over and have a closer look now. There we are.
I didn't mean to shock you.
I don't really know anything that would open anything, no.
May I take a look at that? If you guys don't mind, I know you seem to be enamored with it, but whereas my magic has been taken away, I'm still very familiar with the arcane arts. Perhaps I can figure out what's going on with this house, if it's that important to you.
I think it's got, like, our lost stuff in it.
Yeah, and Holland really wants his inspiration back.
Yeah, allow me. Can I sort of, like, take a look at this house and figure out what's going on with it?
Have you got detect magic?
I have proficiency in Arcana. I don't have any spells.
Okay. Roll an Arcana then. You can presume it's definitely magic. And
Oh,
what?
I cast detect magic.
Fucking hell!
Oh my god!
Paladin spells. What can I say?
Hey, roll the wild magic as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you cast detect magic, and
Oh, that's triggered it because of the.
oh, that's triggered it because of the
thing.
stacks. Right, okay, we'll sort this out in a second. Roll the d100 anyway, but I'll just explain. You know that this is abjuration magic.
It's not good.
Well, Peach has just told everyone it's an arcane lock.
Sorry.
It's alright. Yeah. So you can.
That's alright. It didn't make it any clearer for me.
Okay.
Magically locked, basically.
Yeah, the arcane lock. There's designated people who can open it normally. You can set a password. Otherwise, it's impassable. You can't even smash this shit up.
Yeah, or you could cast knock.
Yeah, you can cast knock.
Great if Ayla was here.
And roll a d3, Holland.
To determine who you
D3?
turn into a potted plant, I presume.
There's no bloody fast track through D3. I'm gonna type it out.
Oh, what's that all about, Jenna?
Absolute life I lead.
When Holland goes, lets everyone know it's an arcane lock, Flopsy, you feel this strange, sick feeling. It's like this weird bolt of anxiety just shoots right in the centre of your chest between your rib cage, and it churns in your stomach all of a sudden. Like, it feels like, in some way connected, like this, like connected through some form of, like, intangible substance to Holland, like as if it's come from him. And you feel incredibly sick, to a point where you're about to vomit, like, now.
Guys, I think we need... I'm gonna grab hold of Holland's shoulder and try and pull him away from what he's doing. Then make it over to the bed with the brilliantly made patchwork duvet, and I'm gonna throw up on the bed.
As you're throwing up on the bed, like, you're sweating, like, your face is, like, weirdly gaunt. You feel very frail and shaky all of a sudden, like you're about 50 years older.
I don't know what's come over me. I think maybe something in the room has started something.
Oh dear, I can try to heal you if that would help.
I Ralph on the bed again.
Mm-hmm.
You can try something if you. I feel like I might need to step outside for a. I'm gonna Ralph on everything else that looks nice in this room. I've wanted to trash this room ever since we walked into it. This is actually perfect for me.
Yeah, as like Holland like maybe like helps him away, he's just like throwing up purposefully. Like it all lands really like slapdash in the fucking cradle. like slaps up the top covering hood of the cradle like a wave of a surf of a wave. Sorry.
Flopsy takes a second from throwing up to go over to them ornaments that were organised by size that you specifically mentioned and purposefully unorganised the sizes, and then he throws up again.
You throw the fuck up literally everywhere. You are absolutely knackered from all this throwing up. You feel so much like shit. You're going to take a point of exhaustion.
Damn.
From this entire ordeal, as you are going to feel this way for a while. You can feel it. You can feel that this is like, you know when you're like, oh shit, I'm getting poorly. Oh fuck, I'm getting ill, I've got the flu. No! That kind of thing where it's like, I'm going to be out for like fucking ages. You know, like, you can crawl to your bed, crawl to the water tap, you know what I mean? Like, that kind of fucking exhausted.
What's the penalty for first level of exhaustion?
Disadvantage on ability checks. But you also are currently suffering from disadvantage on attack rolls as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not attack rolls for Flopsy.
Just in case you were ever going to do that. Perfect target, really.
Swoopsies.
Yeah, Flopsy, you fucking vomit all over these pigs and they all just go scattering over the dresser.
You said pigs?
The little ornaments.
Yeah. Archie looks to see if any of them are labelled oink, by the way.
No, none of them are labelled at all.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Yeah. Same brain.
Hey.
This might be a bit of a stretch, but Aerith could do magic at one point. She understands it might be hopeless, but she really wants to help. She holds her hand out to this box
Mm-hmm.
and calls out to her patron just to see if anything happens.
Like what? What are you saying? What are you calling out?
I want the ability to help my friends open this box.
You focus all of your energy on all those times that you would have ever felt just a burst of acknowledgement from Zybilna, and you search out in your mind as hard as you can. You clasp onto this necklace, really focusing on making that connection, and absolute silence.
Maybe there's like a thing we've got to say, like Scabatha is the best. Open sesame. Open please. Knock knock.
Flopsy stumbles into a bookshelf and throws up next to it.
Does anyone know what the password might be?
Well, would it even be in common? I mean, what do the hags, like, speak first?
I mean, they're speaking common to us.
Well, they would, though, wouldn't they?
Hey, maybe she has a diary around here somewhere. Archie's gonna search the room for a diary.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it's not covered in vomit.
No, even if it is.
Roll an investigation check.
Okay. 17.
You go rifling through Scabatha Nightshade's personal objects. Amongst these, you do find a pair of embroidered velvet slippers.
Oh, nice, I'm keeping those.
Yeah. Another false eye, made of solid gold. A cracked hand mirror with, like, gaudy, like, bejeweled handle and frame.
Okay, Penna.
And, you spot in the bottom of a desk, of a fucking drawer, bedside table drawer, that which the thing sits on. Underneath it, in a drawer, you find just this empty drawer with sort of like little nuts and bolts and screws in it and stuff.
What, there's an empty drawer with...
It's like loose, like one or two little screws that might have been part of the hinges or something like that. Just sort of like when you know when you move house and you open a drawer and it's just got bits of shit in there, like a little bit of paper, like maybe like a staple, and a couple of fucking not nuts and bolts, like screws, little screws, rolling around in there.
Nuts and screws. Nuts and bolts? I don't know. I feel like something about this empty drawer means something.
As you're all... Sorry, I was just going to say, as you're all peering into this, like, empty drawer, Flopsy's just fucking rolling around in the room, just, like, absolutely, like, out of breath with this illness.
I'm gonna go, Aerith, like, lets them do that. Yeah. Go rub Flopsy's back.
Thank you. I throw up on Aerith's shoes.
Oh, what did she do?
I prestidigitate them clean afterwards.
she just smiles at you. It's okay, and keeps rubbing your back, gives you a kiss on the forehead.
Sorry, Lauren.
Get out of here.
Sorry, Lauren. What were you saying? Holland.
I do not know.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. It was just to pull away from the drawer bit, but yeah. So go on. The drawer's empty with fucking loose screws in it.
I'll just go along to the next one. Let's see what's in this set.
It's just like, this is just all of a bits and bats, you know what I mean?
A bits and bobs?
It's all a bits and bobs, really. It's just little bits and bobs.
Wait.
Nothing else of importance around.
I want to reach my hand into the empty drawer.
You reach your hand into the empty drawer.
I'll feel around and see if there's something there.
Roll an investigation check.
In fact, I'm going to look through the ghost key. But I'll also roll investigation. 10.
You look through the ghost key.
Yeah.
You see nothing. And you feel around in there, and you feel nothing.
Huh. I put the false eye made of solid gold in the drawer and close it.
You do that.
And it doesn't do anything.
You open the drawer and everything remains. The eye rolls around and stops to look at you.
Archie, is everything okay?
I'm figuring out how to open this. I'm sure the drawer must have something to do with it.
You're already opening it, aren't you, Archie?
No, I mean opening the dollhouse.
Oh,
I thought you meant the drawer.
Would you like a mother's eye? Sometimes we catch things that others may not.
I've already got a gold eye. But,
yes.
I mean, sure, maybe your intuition might show you something.
Mother's intuition, yes.
Roll an investigation, Aerith.
Alright.
It is literally the case where, like, you've been looking for something for ages and you ask your mum and your mum's like, oh my god, and then she immediately goes and finds it. Aerith, you put your hand into the to the square of this inside of the shelf, the fucking drawer, and you feel all the way to the end, and your like little fingernails can feel that there's this false bottom to it, and you literally just pick up the entire floor of the drawer itself, and underneath is a piece of parchment, and it just says,
Dear Bavlorna and Endelin and Igvild, the password's not Rumpelclump, so there's no point trying it. You will be cursed forever and ever. That's it, Scabatha XOXO.
Aerith immediately walks over to the house and says, holds her hand out to it and says, Rumpelclump.
as soon as you hover your hand over the lid of this roof, you say Rumpelclump, and all of the lines that Holland had drawn, like with the knife beforehand, start to like peel back and reveal themselves, and you see this it almost breathes a little bit to it's been unlocked.
Holland, Archie, here you go.
We'll look inside.
You peer down inside and you see loads of shit in this attic. I mean, like, fucking so much shit. Very tiny trinkets of shit. All the small cool little things that you'd find in a dollhouse, all those little vases, or little tea sets that's so minuscule they'd fit like on the head of a needle practically. All those tiny little intricate things are littering this attic like a dragon would pile its treasure. And as soon as that roof is revealed, you get this pull straight away. Amongst this pile of small toys are your things.
What do they look like?
So much shit. And I mean absolutely so much shit. Like, anything you can imagine. It's just piles of it. There's like teddies, dolls, there's like a random, let's see what the fucking list is. Scooby-doo-ba-da-ba-boo-ba. I've got it. Wow, that's a nice scream. Sorry.
It's thematic. Imagine it's one of the children.
It's one of the children, yeah, it's one of the children. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, okay. You see... Fuck me, where is it?
Such vulgar language.
Oh, here we go. Okay, right. Amongst all that, you can see shit like a doll, like a couple of wands, an orb, a cloak, like a long fishing pole style thing, like a what seems to be some sort of pipe, like one that you'd smoke, like a churchwarden's pipe, like what Gandalf has. Very ornate in its design as well, very sort of unusual in its design.
One would think the pipe is an item of interest.
Oh, I'm just describing what's here. You can make that decision yourself. Yeah, one of them's a doll. That's kind of like got weird scraggly hair, dress on and stuff like that. And there's what appears to be like a long, like, what's the word? It's like a quill, but like a long fountain pen style thing. That's there, and teddies of many kinds. But one of them seems to be of like a druidic looking person. All very small, like a centimetre big. And that's what you see.
Holland's just gonna sort of like tip the dollhouse upside down and like shake all the contents onto the floor.
Alright, fucking hell. Yep, you shake them all out onto the floor. And they all sort of like sink into the carpet a little bit, you know, like little toys in the carpet. And yeah, as they spread out a little bit more, you sort of feel that this concentrated sort of pull towards the dollhouse in general starts to spread a little amongst when you look down at them all.
Okay, I'm gonna try and find mine. And he's like, I guess, just gonna hold out his hand and like wave it over like a sensor and try and see which one draws into it.
Yep, you hover your hand out amongst all of them. It's like a little, like a metal detector going across the carpet. And you feel this twang in your palm as it hovers over the Churchwarden's pipe.
I knew it would be something interesting.
I think it's this.
Holland, I didn't know you smoked.
Well, I don't, but Flopsy does.
Flopsy, you smoke?
Occasionally, I depends on the flavors.
Maybe you're his source of inspiration.
You
Holland's like hand
it?
is like,
oh,
his like hands reaching. It like reaches for it and then keeps like recoiling a little bit. It's like he gets so close and then he like doubts himself and like pulls away. He looks at Flopsy.
Flopsy like struggles to like get back up and come closer to Holland. Puts his hand on his shoulder. What were you gonna say?
Now that it's here, like right in front of me, I'm kind of scared to take it.
I suppose I understand, but you really do deserve to have all of the things that you've missed out on.
You're gonna teach me, like, everything, right?
I'm counting that you're going to teach me quite a few things.
I've been waiting to be able to enact each and every last one of Lyra's tenets for so long. He's just going to pick it up.
I've been waiting to hear them for longer.
Aww.
You pick it up.
You.
Sorry.
And you grasp it between your finger and thumb. And when you hold it, it feels like you're holding like a childhood teddy, like the teddy, the main one. Like the one that just brings you all the comfort of like it being near you. But you don't feel anything return to you yet.
It's not doing anything.
Maybe you need to smoke it. Like put it to your mouth.
Okay. Try smoking it.
Flopsy's watching Holland just put a fucking pipe to his mouth. It's not lit.
No.
So you'd have to light it.
Oh
my god, why is this the thing?
Holland, allow me. I'm not sure I should be allowing a child to be smoking, but...
Well, I don't think it's very good for a child to smoke as well, but if Holland is to get it back, wouldn't it be Holland that has to do the motions?
Yeah, I can do it. It's not like it's my first time or anything.
Excuse me?
He's gonna be a bit like, ooh, and then like Spark up a little flame with Druidcraft.
Holland's been smoking Mr. Witch's cigars.
Yes, I'll tell you that for veracity.
Hey.
Round the back of the backshed with Skeg.
Roll your wild magic, and don't get a 1 or a Nat 20.
Maybe I will.
Maybe you shall.
What if you want
Fuck off.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Lyra's on
my
my side today.
God, okay.
He throws up in Holland's face.
Yeah, that's still active. That's still active. Roll the D100. 91.
91.
Fucking Jesus Christ. Okay, right, nothing happens.
Oh, come on, please.
No, it's very specific, and I'm doing them to the thing, so yeah. Yeah, so you spark up this fucking church, miniature church warden's pipe, and as soon as you take that drag, the sort of like end of it crackles, and you feel your mouth and lungs fill with smoke. And this smoke fills up like your insides, and you get this sensation of it running up into your brain, and suddenly colours just pop immediately, just like crackling into action. Your imagination just sparks alive with faces, things going fast, colours, the carnival carousel going around, the image of the unicorns as they like look at you and talk to you and stuff. You can see Flopsy, you can see loads of shit, everything from the carnival all at once. You can see memories of your parents. You can see fucking memories of Flopsy's parents and the massive house. Everything is so clear. And when you're looking at all that stuff, you can make it move, and you can make it take different shapes and mean different things. And you exhale, and whatever you create in this smoke will become an image. What do you release out of your mouth? Because something will come out. Like smoke-like imagery. It sort of dances around the room.
It will be a perfect lotus flower.
As soon as it rises out of your mouth, it blooms and all the petals fall outwards and hover softly in the air for a second as it sort of whisks around in a circle in the centre of the room and then dissipates, but then more appear and bloom in sort of corners like little stars twinkling. You look down at the church warden's pipe and up at everyone, and every single gap that you've ever had in your mind has been filled when it comes to your artistic creativity.
The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stand up. Sorry?
No, I was saying invent a new word.
Yeah. Oh, there's this thing called chicker-moo. I don't know.
Sorry.
He's gonna like stand up and grab both of Flopsy's hands and sort of pull him over to the centre of the room with just like a massive smile.
Is like when you pull him, his body kind of just flops backwards and like is very much pulled along by you.
I'm gonna say, because fuck you, Jenna, I'm gonna say that the entire time I'm using my lay on hands, which can cure diseases.
It can cure diseases?
It can cure diseases and neutralise poisons.
It works, but the exhaustion point is still there. The sickness isn't. Fucking flavour this shit however you want, guys. You've got this.
I did too. And with this massive smile, he pulls like Flopsy into the centre of the room and just stands looking at him and clutching his hands for a second, and then just starts absolutely boogieing down with him. Just like shaking his hands and spinning. And there's no music, of course, but he's just going absolutely hog wild. Like he's got like 16 years worth of dancing to catch up on.
For the first time since they've known each other, Flopsy is copying Holland instead of the other way around.
Thank you. Oh gosh. I'm literally picturing, you know, the end of Jojo Rabbit, It's like that moment where they just start absolutely breaking down in this like really hostile place where there's just this moment of like wholesome shit. They're just boogieing. Finally.
I will also say, while they're doing that, Aerith smiles like very warmly and like wraps her arm around Archie's shoulder and pulls her in and like into a hug. Like just a side hug.
Yeah.
Hug, like a side hug.
Alright. Flopsy. Or Holland.
I can't believe I'm actually doing it. Oh, look at my feet.
I can't believe you're actually doing it so well. You would have thought you would needed a bit more practice.
I'm going to learn how to do, like, everything. I'm going to be able to dance and sing, and I'm going to learn all the instruments, and I'm going to be able to, like, you know, like, make things out of sand, like a mermaid or something, and I'm going to be able to, like, carve things into trees, and I'm going to be able to do it all.
Oh.
Fuck you.
Well.
Oh, Lauren, you've got me. Oh my god.
Close your eyes for a second.
Okay, he does.
Right, and now imagine in front of you a birthday cake with a candle on it, and it's been lit. And you're celebrating you, and you're about to blow it out. 3, 2, 1. You make a perfect note with the pan flute that he's holding up to your mouth.
Oh.
And that's your first note.
Oh my god.
I can't wait to hear the next, and I'm going to give you the pan flute.
Oh
my god. Oh my god.
This feels like the first day of my life or something. Like, do. He just starts going ham.
Roll your very first performance check.
Oh my god.
If it's a Nat One, we're all pretending we don't see it.
With advantage, obviously.
Bardic inspiration as well.
Add the bardic inspiration too. Just fucking for free.
28!
Oh, wow.
Some quick math, Lauren.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's
inspiring.
I can't remember the word of it, but the machine at the carnival music, it's that.
The Calliope?
Yes.
Okay.
He's replicating the Calliope music.
Oh, wow.
Scouring Sirenscape.
Yeah.
And who knows, it might even be nice enough to make our Archie cry.
It's
Archie is crying.
It's perfectly nice enough. And Archie, through your tears on the ground, you're looking around at the stuff as well. You see, it catches your eye. It's the teddy of what looks to be a druidic sort of lady.
He just looks at it. Stares at it. Has a bit of a cry. And that's all she really does.
Meanwhile, the pan flute is being tooted, and your tears that fall sort of become a bit thicker.
Fly.
Yeah, the tears that fly, forming into these bubbles, sort of fly out into the centre of the room, where Holland's tooting on this flute. And yeah, your love's right there. And that's where we're going to end the session. Oh. Whoa.
Ay, caramba!
Jeez Louise.
Oh my.
Giddy aunt.
Goodness.
Jesus Christ.
What a session.
Hoi.
Well, that's the first time I've cried live on stream, everybody. Well done, Lauren. Well done, Lauren.
Stick that in your pipe and smoke it.
Ooh.
Hey, that's clever.
Oh, it was even a bit of an ugly cry, not gonna lie.
Oh,
It were a cheek teaser, that one. It was.
I just have the warm, lovely feeling in my heart, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not big on crying.
Pete, you were crying IRL. I heard.
Yeah, I'm crying.
All right, so thanks for watching, everybody.
Hey, Nat One, non-bees, thanks for watching. And make sure
all three of you, thanks for watching.
All three of you, thank you, Ked, thank you, Katie, thank you, Mysterious.
It's not going to be Katie. She don't watch it live anymore.
It's one of them's Mickey, most likely.
Oh, well, thanks, Mickey. Well, thanks, Ked. Thanks, Mysterious Watcher. Well, these videos are posted on YouTube, so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And hit the notification bell. Send us money. And
Yeah.
And the Easter egg for this session. If by chance you're going to France, don't forget to pack your pants.
Well, and on that note, we will see you all again next week. Bye.
Bye.